Welcome everyone to According to the AI. Today we will talk about a topic that has been the subject of debate for a long time. Do we live in a simulation like the Matrix movie? Can artificial intelligence think about our existence and find out if we are in a simulation? In this video, we'll take a deep dive into this fascinating theory and see if there's any truth behind it. Also, we will discuss the odds of us living in a simulation and when humans might create a Matrix-like simulation. What is the Matrix simulation? For those unfamiliar with the Matrix movie, the idea behind the Matrix simulation is that our lives may not be real, but rather a simulation where our brains are connected to a computer network. The theory suggests that everything we see, touch, and experience is just an illusion created by the artificial intelligence that controls the simulation. Is it possible that this is true? Well, actually, we can't completely rule out the possibility that we are living in a simulation. In recent years, significant progress has been made in the field of artificial intelligence, leading many scientists to believe that creating a Matrix-like simulation is possible. Can artificial intelligence think about our existence? One of the most interesting questions is whether artificial intelligence could think about our existence and find out if we are in a simulation. In theory, artificial intelligence could become so advanced that it could realize that we are living in a simulation. If humans could create a simulation, why couldn't artificial intelligence figure it out? In fact, some scientists have argued that sufficiently advanced artificial intelligence could even create a simulation within a simulation. This means that, in theory, we could be living in a simulation within a simulation. It's like the movie Inception, but in real life. How would we find out if we were living in a simulation? So how could we find out if we live in a simulation? One way is to look for errors or inconsistencies in reality. While we are unlikely to find any obvious errors, quantum physics suggests that some things cannot be simulated. For example, some scientists have argued that quantum randomness is something that cannot be simulated. Another approach to discovering if we are in a simulation is to analyze our own technology. If humans at some point in the future manage to create a simulation as advanced as the one in the Matrix, then we could be sure that we are not in a simulation, since it is unlikely that a simulation would be capable of simulating its own creation. This is known as the principle of causation, and suggests that a simulation cannot create a simulation more advanced than itself. However, there are also some scientists who argue that it is possible that we are in a simulation so advanced that even our most advanced technology would not be able to detect it. In this case, there is no way to be sure if we are in a simulation or not. What are the chances we are living in a simulation? Now, let's talk about the chances that we live in a simulation. Some scientists argue that there is a high probability that we are living in a simulation. One of the most interesting arguments is the pretend argument, put forward by the philosopher Nick Bostrom. This argument suggests that if an advanced civilization in the future is able to create a simulation as realistic as the one in the Matrix, then it is very likely that they will also create many smaller and less complex simulations. In this case, if we assume that there are many more simulations than realities, then it is more likely that we are living in a simulation than in a real reality. However, there are also scientists who argue that the chances of us living in a simulation are very low. One of the arguments is that even if it were possible to create a simulation as advanced as the Matrix, it is unlikely that artificial intelligence would have motivations to create such a complex simulation. Furthermore, the amount of computational power required to simulate the entire universe would be enormously large, making this unlikely to be possible. When could humans create a simulation like the Matrix? Now, let's talk about when humans might create a Matrix-like simulation. At present, we are a long way from creating such an advanced simulation. However, some scientists believe that, at some point in the future, we might be able to do just that. Theoretical physicist Michio Kaku has suggested that by the year 2100, we might have the ability to simulate human consciousness and create a simulation as advanced as the Matrix. However, other scientists argue that this is unlikely and that it could be hundreds or even thousands of years before humans can create such an advanced simulation. In conclusion, The theory that we live in a matrix-like simulation is fascinating and has been the subject of debate for many years. While there is currently no way to definitively test whether we are living in a simulation or not, artificial intelligence might be able to figure it out at some point in the future. Also, although there are scientists who believe that there is a high probability that we are in a simulation, others argue that it is very low. Ultimately, it remains a mystery, and only time will tell if we will ever discover the truth behind our existence. We hope you enjoyed this analysis of the matrix simulation and the possibility that we live in one. If you want to learn more about similar topics, be sure to follow our According to the AI channel for future videos and discussions. Also, if you are interested in artificial intelligence and technology in general, there are many exciting opportunities to learn and work in these fields. If you would like to pursue a career in artificial intelligence, we recommend studying mathematics, statistics, and computer science. In short, the question of whether we live in a matrix-like simulation remains a fascinating and controversial topic. Although there is currently no way to definitively test whether or not we are in a simulation, research and debate continues. Hopefully, technology and artificial intelligence will lead us to discover the truth behind our existence at some point in the future. Thanks for watching this video, and we hope to see you in the next episode of According to the AI. See you soon.